A furor has erupted over the cost of Brisbane parking. The RACQ claims that short-term parking fees in the CBD are the dearest in the country, and they're rising 4 times faster than those in Sydney and Melbourne. Mark Sulo joins us now live from the city, and Mark, the council is not happy.
Talk about setting the cat amongst the pigeons. The RACQ has done a survey of all the capital cities and found next to Sydney, Brisbane is the dearest when it comes to short-term parking. But if you're talking about parking for 1 hour, then we are the dearest of the lot. Now, this has certainly upset the council. It says figures are figures, and these are misleading, and it has no plans to do anything about it.
This hip pocket issue is making many see red. The RACQ believes shoppers are being ripped off in the CBD.
It's $28 on average for 1 hour parking, $42 for 2 hours and $66 for all-day parking.
Its survey shows that's 4 times dearer than a decade ago and rising 4 times faster than Sydney or Melbourne.
Gee, way too high.
I mean, we want to shop here, but it's just too dear, so we want to head out of the city now.
The RACQ says council limits on parking spaces in new developments has created a monopoly for car park firms. And the council is also hitting commuters who park in inner suburban streets with meter charges.
More and more people are circulating around looking for that elusive car space, and that actually increases congestion in the inner city area.
But the council isn't apologetic. It says its own car parks at King George Square and Wickham Terrace are cheap at $18 an hour, or take the bus.
I encourage them to use public transport.
The council has rejected the RACQ's suggestion to provide more short-term parking, so ultimately it may all get even dearer.
There are operators who have set rates, but that is not in the control of Brisbane City Council. That is set by the market.
One can only lament.
Down there at AGC, I used to pay sixpence a half an hour.
But that was the 60s. Earth-moving equipment will be flying before that happens again.
By the way, the council accuses the RACQ here of double standards because it once suggested a congestion tax for the city to do away with higher parking and tolls. And there's something else. The council opposition says that over the next year we'll pay $44 million in parking fines and parking meters to the council. So we're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't. And what's the bet, Georgie, that we don't get that congestion tax at some time too?
Yes, thank you. Mark Sulo in the city.